What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Today, we're going to dive into the world of anime and explore a fascinating connection between the two popular series, Bleach and Jujutsu Kaisen. How did the former pave the way for the latter? And what influences can we trace between the two hits? So, let's go ahead and break it down. Bleach first hit the scene in 2001 and quickly became a staple of the shonen anime genre. Its unique blend of supernatural elements, stylish character designs, and intricate world building set a high bar for future series. With its main focus being Soul Reapers battling Hollows, Bleach introduced us to a world where spiritual battles are as complex as they are visually striking. But beyond just being entertaining, Bleach left an indelible mark on the anime industry, influencing numerous series that came after. Fast forward to 2020, we have Jujutsu Kaisen, a series by Gege Akutami that has quickly captured the hearts of anime fans around the globe. With its dark fantasy elements, fast-paced action, and a fresh take on curses and exorcisms, JJK stands as a modern classic in the making. And now, while JJK stands on its own 2 feet up high, it's impossible to ignore the influences of Bleach. Let's break down a few key areas where the legacy of Bleach is evident in Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, there's so many similarities we can go here, being the main group, Yuji himself, Soul Reapers having Shikai and Bankais that are very similar to like curse techniques and domains, but we won't go too far into that. I'm not going to mention Yuji wanting to learn a Bankai. His other inspiration came with that too, but I do think if there's any series that took the most from any anime, it's JJK taking from Bleach. And I know a lot of people say Naruto did too, and no one's denying that it definitely did. JJK has inspiration all around the board. Togashi, Kubo, Kishimoto, it's all around. More specifically, going into the topic of today's video being how Kubo and Bleach influence Gege's ending in JJK. Now, between Gege stating in his own manga for his fans to read Bleach, and them spending a lot of time together like going to lunch and other activities, I do not think there is much room for deniability. Now, JJK's last chapter, 267, Nobara comes back. She makes the opening for the MC to finish off the main villain with a technique that briefly nerfs the opponent. This is strikingly similar to how the final fight in Bleach played out, with Uryu delivering the arrow into Yuaba, disabling him as Ichigo takes the kill shot just as Yuji did. This is a sidebar here, but for anyone who dislikes the arrow, it is an arrow of stillness. No omnipotence can see through it. This works really similar to Ryo's right hand, almost the same thing, which controls stillness and stagnation. Not only that, but Uryu is the only Quincy to use his right hand when shooting his bow, further foreshadowing what's to come. Yuhaba and Uryu also share the same shrift letter A. There's so much foreshadowing and hinting towards this, but I won't show you every example as it's not the topic of today's video. The topic of today's video is how the ending is so similar to Bleach and what it really means. Now, there's too many similarities to really disregard what is happening in this chapter. I think it is very similar, and I think Bleach's ending, despite some calling it rushed, despite so many things, if you read the manga through and through, it really is the perfect ending for me. Now, I do think now obviously it was rushed to an extent, just as Naruto was extended to an extent, but Kishimoto and Kubo both knew what ending they wanted, they had in place, and they did carry it out in the end. Overall, I do believe there is heavy inspiration taking place, not only in the JJK as a whole, but the fight especially. I think at some point in Bleach, Uryu was created to deal with Yuhaba, especially in the beginning of TYBW when he goes to the other side. He takes the shrift letter A, and extremely early in Bleach in the first 100 chapters, 30 chapters even, where you see Uryu wield his bow with his right hand. Now, for people who don't like Nobara coming back, I will say this, she was never confirmed dead, so this is completely valid in its own realm of possibility. Now, I'm not extremely defending this because just because something's not impossible doesn't mean it's good to follow through with it and doesn't make it good. Now, myself, I'm not the biggest fan. I want to love it more, and it is not bad writing. It is good writing. It is written in a way where it's completely possible inside its own realm of possibility. It's completely valid, and there's nothing inherently bad about it. Some might even say Nobara was created and her technique was given to her for this very moment. I would agree with that because it is such a specific ability. Same with Uryu, so specific, except I would say maybe Uryu's was foreshadowed earlier, but JJK, just looking at it and looking how everything works, you could say the same for Nobara. that's all I'm going to say for this video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. There really is a lot to take away from this. I want to end the video by saying I do love both of these endings. I think they are both amazing endings. Maybe there's some critiquing I could do by saying I wish Bleach's was more extended upon after Yuhaba's defeat, not the fight itself. And if I was to say anything about JJK, Nobara should have had more relevance, or at least more foreshadowing before this happened. Either way, they are both really amazing endings for me. I love this JJK ending. I think it is written in a way that I don't think many mangaka would be able to do by themselves. And it really is just something I'm enjoying, and I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. Fights usually don't carry series for me, and it's the writing that really strikes home with my own personal taste, and I think this fight just kind of does everything right in both series. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you did enjoy, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. This has been Alekai, and I will see y'all in the next chapter. Peace.